What is up, everybody, and welcome back to another video. It is your friend Erratic here. Alright, so this video took this story, my bad. This story took place about a year ago. If not a year ago, basically, I think it was like 2 summers ago. I don't know. It took place a bit while back, but not too long ago. Now, this story takes place with Johan, or TVG Apparition. By the way, check him out in the description below for his Twitch, and don't just let this go one ear at the other. Check him out. You'll enjoy him. So the story takes place with him. Now, when this whole story went down, it started with me being at this little motorcycle place with Brandon. If you guys don't know who Brandon is. He was the guy I mentioned in my last video, that stupid little school prank thing that I did, kind of like knocking on the window, whatever. So, if you guys, by the way, if you want to watch that, go ahead and check down in the description. I'll put a link for it. So, I was with him. Now, our parents, they're part of this motorcycle association, like this little group. Basically, they raise money, like they go out and rides, and they pay money for like these rides, and they go out and they raise money for food banks, like kind of like for veterans and they need food, basically families that need food, basically. All sorts of things, like illnesses, making like more kind of like poor families and everything. Just basically just charity work kind of thing. So they're part of a group like this, and so we're at this building, we're at this CVMA building, and we're just hanging out. And I started getting bored, and I'm like, we figured like, well, we had our boards with us, so like we're gonna go skate. So down the street, or at least about like a mile, about like half a mile, at least half a mile, if not then a whole mile, like kind of like away from this this building. It takes you to like the inner part of this town, which looks like it legit looks like a little city. It has like huge buildings, fucking has everything, just super nice place. So we start riding. We pass like these we walk down these train tracks to get to this town. We just basically we're trying to find this skate park that we know is there. We knew it was there somewhere. It was called I almost said the name of it. Never mind. I'm not gonna say the name. Basically, this skate park was like somewhere in the town. We came to find out about an hour later. It was like hidden fucking in this park. I was like nowhere to be seen. It was a really public place, but it was just like couldn't see it from the main area of the town. Either way, I'm getting ahead of myself. So we figured like we're gonna go out and skate. So we go to the skate park and we start hanging out. And after we were there for about like an hour and a half, 2 hours, Brandon started getting bored, and he's like, yo, he's like, let's head back. I'm like, alright, fine, whatever. But I still want to skate. But fucking, I was with him, and I was honestly really bored just being by myself there. So I ended up going back by myself, and while I was there, fucking, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna call somebody else to come. I'm like, cause Brandon he didn't want to do anything. He was being a baby about it. I'm like, okay, whatever. So I called Johan. I'm like, hey, do you want to skate? He's like, yeah, I'm up for it. So his dad brings him over to where I am, and he drops him off, and we start skating. Now, when we start skating, we're at the skate park for a bit, and afterwards we decided to go out and start exploring. Now, if you guys don't know what a Rite Aid is, it's kind of like a Walgreens or a Kinney Drugs, but it was like a little like kind of like department store type shit thing. Whatever. Basically, you just buy like everything there. So we go in there and we go in, we buy some drinks, and then we go out and we start hanging out. And we start basically while we're out, we're looking for like these different spots we can skate. Now, we came across like these really nice butter benches. If you don't know what a butter bench is, I'll put a picture right now. There you go. Right there on the screen. That's a butter bench. So, we come across these butter benches. We start skating on them for a bit. And we start recording some shit, whatever. And after we're done with this, we keep going out. We're looking for different spots. Just kind of like places we can go skate at. Now, while we're adventuring around trying to find spots, we came to find the biggest hill we could ever see in our lives. Now, this street was called, or this hill at least, it was called Mechanic Street, and this name literally like lives on within fucking the memories of me and Johan. Like, you could just say Mechanic Street to him, and he'll know he could tell you exactly what happens, because that name is famous with us. So we're looking at this street, right? And Johan looks at me. He's like, yo. He's like, it's a big hill. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, we should ride down it. He's like, you think so? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, we'll be fine. So he's like, okay. So like, we're up for it. Like, we're literally ready to do this. So Johan starts pushing down. Like, he starts pushing, and then he's getting some pretty like decent speed. I'm like, yo. I'm like, just remember, like, this is a big hill. I'm like, brake when you go down. I'm like, if you like, basically kind of slow down while you're going down. But he didn't listen. He was going and he kind of did like this little, this fucking skateboard racer type pose. I don't know what they're called, honestly. I just call it skateboard racer. Like, I'll put another picture right here. There you go. Like, he was doing like this pose going down. So I'm like, fuck. So I'm trying to, I'll go to catch up with him. So I start pushing. I'm going like really fast, and I'm just on the flat part. And then once I hit the bank going down the hill, I start getting speed from hell. So we're both like in this position, like literally like halfway down the hill. I notice his board starts wobbling. And then when his board starts wobbling, it turns like his whole board's literally fucking like flying from one place to the other. And he is completely losing his balance. His whole body is wobbling, arms getting thrown out trying to keep his balance. And next thing you know, I look back, like I look down at my feet, and then I look back just to make sure there's no cars. I look down and notice that my board as well is wobbling, and as soon as I look up, I literally just see a huge cloud of dust. And I just saw him fly off his board. Like he rode into the side of the fucking to the road, and literally like this dust just kicked up everywhere, and he went flying. Like he legit just fucking, as soon as he hit the floor, he did like a million barrel rolls, and he was just sprawled out on the floor, and he was not moving. So like I get like the instant fucking like sight of death in my eyes. I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, he's knocked out. So I keep going down, and I'm about like equal to where he is, and then my board starts wobbling to an insane amount, and I try to slow down. So I tried sticking my foot out to slow me down, but instead my leg just literally just gave out as soon as it touched the concrete, and I went flying. I flew off the front of my board, and when I did, alright, so imagine this. As soon as my leg gave out, like my leg, I remember my knee popped when this happened, when it hit the floor. My leg just like, my knee pushed backwards, and then I flew forward off the board. So the board keeps rolling, and basically it just went flying, and it kind of landed, and it kept rolling away from me. And I hit the floor. I did a belly flop on the concrete, and when I did this belly flop, I did like a cartwheel out of it. I did like a front flip off of this. But while I was doing this like this front flip, my legs literally like they split to such a degree that I ripped my pants. And I don't know if you've ever ripped jeans or shorts or anything, like the little part at the bottom, like where kind of like where it meet, you know what I'm talking about, like the very bottom part of your pants. That's like the hardest part to rip through. I ripped that completely on my shorts. On the left side, like on my left leg, I completely ripped through it, like, cause like I did such like a crazy amount of splits in the air. So I did this, like I remember like as I was flying before I hit the floor, I heard like a whoosh, and then my pants are just gone. Like my freaking, I'm rocking the side pipe, and freaking you just, oh my god, like my pants were just broken to like a horrible amount. So I'm on the floor in pain, like I'm bleeding. I have like scrapes everywhere. Like I like little, basically by bleeding, I have like my scrapes all bloody and shit. And I look over, and Johan is like, he's just kind of getting up, and he's limping towards me. He's like, yo, are you alright? But as he's doing this, he's laughing his ass off, and I am too. I mean, no matter how much it hurt, that was probably the most hilarious thing ever. At least to see myself like just eat shit like that. But more likely for me, like the funniest part was just seeing him fall and like eat total shit. So we're walking through this little town. We're walking through this town. As we are, people are looking at me funny because like I'm literally walking out with like my boxers, like you can see the bulge, like it's literally just like. I mean, I'm a dude, so what do you expect? Like, you can see it in my boxes, so I'm trying to cover it up a little bit, whatever. But my pants are ripped to a point I can't even hide it anymore. Like, I was pretty much just walking around in my boxers. So Johan had to call his dad to bring me some shorts, and it was literally like this. That day was terrible. Like, we couldn't skate anymore. We were in so much pain from it. We were sore. We were all scraped up and everything. So we went back to this building, and literally like after that, we just kind of took a moment to reflect on like whatever the hell just happened. And yeah, that was literally, I mean, we almost died that day. It was pretty crazy. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to leave a like and comment down below on if you guys have any crazy stories like this, or tweet me if you have anything. Either way, just tell me if you guys have any crazy stories. Be sure to like the video and subscribe. And also, I apologize for not posting a video before. I had some shit come up in the way, like. I was kind of busy, whatever. On top of that, I was gathering footage for other games and shit. So basically, I apologize for that. And by the way, you guys can look out for the next video because I know a lot of you have been looking out for this one. So many of you guys have been giving me feedback on the electric shock collar video, and you guys seem to really like it. And part 2 is the next video that is coming up, and that will be out in literally just a couple days. So I hope you guys are excited for that, and look out for that. So anyways, once again, thank you guys for watching, and come back next time. Peace.